Herman Melville, Bartleby the Scrivener. Step into the enigmatic world of Bartleby the Scrivener by Herman Melville, a tale that delves deep into the human condition amidst the backdrop of 19th-century Wall Street. In this thought-provoking story, we meet our unnamed narrator, an unambitious lawyer, whose life is disrupted by the arrival of Bartleby, a copyist with a peculiar disposition. As the narrative unfolds, it explores themes of mental health, isolation, and the soul-crushing monotony of modern office life. With a cast of eccentric characters including Turkey, Nippers, and Ginger Nut, the story becomes a fable-like exploration of individuality and rebellion against conformity. Prepare to unravel the mystery of Bartleby's simple yet profound refusal. I would prefer not to, as it impacts not only his own life but also the lives of those around him, offering a reflective mirror on society's treatment of the misunderstood and alienated.
Bartleby's Quiet Rebellion. As the story unfolds, we meet an anonymous, unassuming lawyer in his 60s, navigating the bustling world of Wall Street. His life revolves around legal documents and the repetitive hum of scriveners, the copyists who churn out these papers. Each scrivener he employs carries their own quirks, but none intrigue him more than Bartleby. The introduction of Bartleby into the lawyer's small, peculiar office marks the beginning of an extraordinary encounter. Prior to Bartleby's entrance, we get acquainted with the lawyer's team, Turkey, Nippers, and a young errand boy called Ginger Nut. Turkey, mirroring the lawyer in age, starts his day as a model of productivity. However, after a liquid lunch, his efficiency evaporates and his face turns as red as burning coals, his suit emanating a greasy scent of consumed meals. Yet, these foibles are tolerated for the seamless teamwork between Turkey and the younger, sober Nippers. Nippers, despite his societal polish, wrangles with colicky discontent that fades post-lunch, just in time for Turkey's decline. Ginger Nut, a mere boy of 12, navigates among them, delivering snacks as much as he absorbs the ways of the legal world, thanks to his father's wishes for a career beyond menial work. Amidst this eccentric ensemble, the lawyer's need to expand his workforce beckons Bartleby, who arrives at the lawyer's office door one warm morning, composed, pale, a picture of forlorn respectability. Instantly, Bartleby is employed, his initial fervor for work being a welcome surprise. His desk is set behind a screen beside a window overlooking nothing but a wall, a foreshadowing of his inward journey. Bartleby's peculiar behavior unravels as he begins to decline tasks with his understated yet resolute, "I would prefer not to." This simple refusal confounds the lawyer, whose fascination with Bartleby grows alongside his workload. Instead of confronting Bartleby's defiance, roles shift. Nippers assumes added responsibility. Further confusions ensue as Bartleby repeats his refusal when asked to join a document review with his colleagues. While Turkey offers mild agreement with the lawyer's concerns, and Nippers expresses irritation, Ginger Nut bluntly labels Bartleby as loony. The office dynamics grow more surreal. Turkey and Nippers, diametrically opposed in temperament and habits, mirror the pendulum of shift and balance that keeps the office functional. Their rhythm is almost too perfect, bordering on the fantastical, lending the tale a fable-like essence. Bartleby, with his ever-present forlornness, is likened to one entrapped within a mental labyrinth, condemned by his peculiar refusal to conform. His workspace, hidden behind a screen and facing a lifeless wall, symbolizes a self-imposed cell, a comment on the spirit-crushing reality of burgeoning modernization and isolated office existence in bustling cities like New York. Melville's portrayal of Bartleby encapsulates the paradox of a world that demands conformity yet punishes those unable to assimilate. In Bartleby's quiet defiance lies his tragedy. The words, "I would prefer not to," become not just a personal mantra but a broader portrayal of dissatisfaction with a monotonous life. His resistance against the relentless current of conformity only deepens his solitude, a poignant reflection of the dissonance between individuality and societal expectation. This haunting refrain hints at the erosion of his mental state, as Bartleby's rebellion paradoxically isolates him further, leaving both him and the lawyer unsettled in its wake. Wall Street's silent sentinel. Imagine a bustling law office on Wall Street, where the calm facade of routine is disrupted by a peculiar scrivener named Bartleby. The lawyer, initially bemused and oscillating between anger and empathy, finds himself entangled in the mystery of Bartleby's existence, a man who seems determined to defy the office norms. Bartleby's peculiar habit of responding to requests with the phrase, "I would prefer not to," is as much a puzzle as it is a mantra. This simple phrase not only reflects his passive resistance but also subtly influences the office environment, seeping into the lawyer's mind and affecting even his speech. Bartleby's refusal to do anything beyond writing initially baffles yet compels his employer. The scrivener's reluctance to run errands or even interact with others might suggest a stubborn streak, but perhaps it signifies something deeper, a rejection of the monotonous and impersonal office life. As time unfolds, the lawyer notices Bartleby's increasing detachment, a withdrawal so profound that he rarely leaves the premises. This physical presence becomes hauntingly evident one Sunday morning when the lawyer discovers Bartleby living in the office. Signs of his presence, a blanket casually draped over the desk, a towel, and soap, betray a life spent within the confines of the workspace, revealing the depths of Bartleby's isolation and loneliness. Instead of vexation, the lawyer is overcome with compassion. What personal tragedies or internal turmoil led Bartleby to this state? This adoption of the office as both home and prison signals a struggle within Bartleby, a soul troubled not by the world outside, but by an inner void. The lawyer, yearning to understand Bartleby's history, finds himself ensnared by the man's stark interactions. Queries about his past meet with Bartleby's characteristic, nonchalant refusal to engage. His unwillingness, even to be a little reasonable, confounds and frustrates. In Bartleby, the lawyer sees a reflection of modern alienation and an unyielding silent protest against the relentless gears of capitalism. The lawyer grows ever more aware of Bartleby's subtle influence. The repeated use of "prefer" by the lawyer and his colleagues starts to mirror the scrivener's resistance, seeding concern that Bartleby's mental state might be affecting them all. The lawyer's demand for Bartleby to vacate the premises uncovers another layer of poignancy. Bartleby's refusal is not defiance but a bleak surrender to his circumstances. His reluctance to write further marks the tipping point. The lawyer suspects visual impairment, only to find that Bartleby's sight is intact, prompting a realization that perhaps it's not Bartleby's eyes that are afflicted, but his spirit. For a contemporary audience, Bartleby's behavior resonates with the nuances of depression and the cry for understanding amid silence. The lawyer, representative of the 19th century societal norms and the burgeoning office culture, struggles to reconcile his sympathy with inaction, reflective of the era's nascent understanding of mental health. Bartleby personifies the soul-crushing effects of a society increasingly defined by the pursuit of success at the expense of personal connection. Through its setting on Wall Street, the epicenter of capitalism, the narrative critiques the dehumanizing impersonal workspace that may very well have sealed Bartleby's fate. Ghosts of Despair. Within the depths of Wall Street's hustle and bustle lies a poignant tale of humanity intertwined with despair. A lawyer becomes entwined in the enigmatic life of Bartleby, a scrivener who inexplicably refuses to leave his old workplace despite the office's relocation. The lawyer's patience evolves into a burden, his supposed act of kindness masked by a deeper, more complex curiosity. Despite repeated efforts to assist Bartleby, offering him positions ranging from clerk to bartender, Bartleby remains unmoved. Even the offer of a home is met with the same cryptic rejection, "But I am not particular." As each overture is rebuffed, the lawyer experiences the limits of charitable instincts overshadowed by the inevitable frustration of unmet expectations. When Bartleby is finally arrested, the lawyer's sense of responsibility compels him to ensure Bartleby's well-being during incarceration. But Bartleby, consistent in his refusals, refuses sustenance, and eventually meets his tragic fate alone beneath a tree. The lawyer's discovery of Bartleby's past employment at the Dead Letter Office, a place where undeliverable letters find their end, provides a haunting insight into Bartleby's life. The work's inherent bleakness reflects Bartleby's enduring pallid hopelessness, a condition exacerbated by the task of handling the desolate remnants of human communication. The narrative touches the soul of modern society, presenting Bartleby as a mirror reflecting the grim realities faced by those marginalized by mental health struggles, individuals who often find themselves homeless and eventually forgotten in the shadows of urban sprawls. This relentless cycle of mental illness leading to homelessness and incarceration still looms large over contemporary America. Alarmingly, homelessness has been on the rise steadily, hitting its zenith in recent years. A stark reminder, nearly a third of the homeless population grapples with mental health issues, a disparity that underscores the complexity and tragedy of Bartleby's journey. The lawyer's story extends beyond a single character, mirroring the invisible Bartlebys that linger in countless living rooms, stuck in dead-end jobs or wandering aimlessly in the urban anonymity. They represent more than individuals, they are the forgotten, the disenfranchised spirits haunting the vast, indifferent architectural giants of the city. Their struggle is a metaphor for the social and economic machinations that can too often leave vulnerable individuals spiraling into a cycle of despair, one that society must strive to understand and remediate. The tale of Bartleby becomes a powerful call to acknowledge and address the quiet suffering of countless others who live among us like silent ghosts.
In closing, Bartleby, the Scrivener, presents a poignant commentary on the often ignored plight of those who fall through the cracks of societal norms. Through its masterful storytelling, Melville illuminates the struggles of mental health, the crushing impact of monotonous employment, and the isolation it breeds. As Bartleby's story concludes in tragedy, with his brief stint at the dead letter office serving as a symbolic endnote, we are left to ponder the enduring human cost of neglect in a world driven by capitalist ideals. This narrative serves as a timeless reminder of the perils faced by the overlooked and the power of compassion in a world that can be indifferent at best. As we reflect on Bartleby's journey, it beckons us to question the fate of countless others who, like Bartleby, are trapped in roles that stifle their spirit and echo through the silent halls of our bustling, modern cities.